So a misconception that I've had to work through in homesteading is that I have to do it all, or we have to do it all, and if we're not doing it, we're doing it wrong. And it's this whole idea of self-reliance and self-sufficiency that we're trying to work through, and so that's just not the case though. It's totally fine if you can't do it all. Stick around, because this is what I want to talk to you about today. Welcome back to Growing with the Rileys. I'm Trevin. We are a family of 6 trying to make the most of our 0.4 acre plot here in town. Now, the goal of our homestead here in town is to focus on growing our own food, raising our livestock, and practicing sustainable living. We want to embrace a more hands-on approach to our daily needs. And even though we may not be out on a big chunk of land, we can still make this piece of land our own, and we want to use it for living, working, and producing resources. For the past 3 weeks, my goal has been to show you that homesteading is possible wherever you're at in life. You know, we're not professionals by any means at this, but you know, we are actively taking strides in our life to make this happen for us. And we believe you can as well. And we want to be able to encourage you along the way of your homesteading journey. You know, homesteading looks different for everyone, and I think that's a good thing. What does homesteading look like for you? Define what it could look like for you right now, and maybe what you'd like for it to look like in the future. You know, that's what we've had to do, and it's totally changed our outlook in the way we do things on our small scale homestead here in town. So that being said, as a quick review, here are the first 3 ways you can begin homesteading on a small scale. 1, start a garden. Doesn't have to be much. Start growing one thing or a handful of things you like. Learn and adapt, and realize that you really don't need much space to get started. Start learning to cook from scratch. You know, this can look different for a lot of people. For us, it all started with wanting to not buy taco seasoning anymore. And honestly, from that point, we've been learning to make most of our food from scratch and getting rid of as much processed food as possible. The other way, raise animals. You don't need much land to get some livestock. You know, some good options for the small scale homestead might be including raising rabbits, ducks, chickens, maybe even goats. Finally, without any further delay, let's jump into the last part of the series on how to homestead on a small scale. And that final way for us, in our experience, on how to homestead in a small scale is community. There's a lot of people out there that are better equipped to do more than what we can where we're at right now. And being able to partner with them has just been a great way to learn, grow, and just build community with others around you. Now, you may be asking, Trevin, that sounds great, but how do I find local farms and homesteads around me? It's a great question. I want to share with you 3 ways that we found local farmers and homesteads to support. 1, farmers market. This might be a little obvious, but do you have local farmer markets near where you live? You know, this is a great way to learn, to get out and to learn about different farms around you. You know, these farmers are taking their time to produce locally grown produce, meats, and even other goods. Now for us, the Red Fern Farm is one in particular we found here at our local farmers market. They're a family-owned farm that offers local pasture-raised meats and eggs. You know, and we tend to get our meat from my parents, but since we do live a good distance away from them, it's a good way for us that when we run out, we can go grab some from them. And we particularly love their pork. You know, and since we don't get to raise our own pigs, it's a great way to get that heavenly dose of bacon that we all desire. So if you're local, give them a shout. Another way to find community, who do you know? You know, through a mutual friend of ours, we'd actually been able to get connected with a family called, in a farm called Round Table Farm. They're a small regenerative farm in southwest Missouri that produces raw grass-fed milk, fresh milled baked goods, and sourdough breads, along with workshops and community events. You know, we've been blessed to have the opportunities to partner with our friends. We get to call them friends. You know, just for one, just getting to know them. We love their family. They're great people, and I honestly think anyone who's had the opportunity just to talk to them and get to have conversation would agree with me on that. And two, you know, they've also invited us along this past year to process chickens with them. And I'll say that's probably one of my favorite ways to partner with other farms. Other farms that invite you along with them to learn alongside them and farm along with them. You know, the other way we've been able to find other farms around us and near us has been through social media groups. We're actually a part of a social media group that, you know, through a directory, we've been able to reach out to each other, to this other local farm near us. Ardent Heart Farm is a regenerative farm near us that raises goats, sheep, cows, and even chickens. And so this farm produces raw milk, eggs, soaps made from goat's milk, and other goods that love to, you know, go check them out. And we love the opportunity just to go pick up our milk from them every week. And we're always thankful for the conversations we get to have with them. You know, they've even allowed us just to add to their feed orders for our chicken feed. They purchase kind of bulk organic feeds through a local feed mill, and it's just another way to partner with others, and we love it. There you have it. What farms are near you that you could partner with in your homesteading endeavors? And I hope this encourages you and gets you to think about ways to get moving on your homesteading journey and dreams. Get out there and grow some food, start cooking from scratch, raise some animals, just get in touch with your local community. What else am I missing? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this 4-part series. We will see you soon. Bye.